Hello, I'd like to give you a little demonstration on the fantastic new Apple Watch update for iQ Pro. I am currently controlling my iQ Pro from my watch. It's made up of 3 pages. This one will advance the cues, which is the central page. This will stop the show. If I go back, I can also choose from the various groups of this little demo show, so I can start from anywhere. Let's begin back from our demo pre-show. But I've noticed that's a little bit too loud, so I'm going to go here and I can actually change the volume of the show. Isn't that fantastic? Now, the great thing is, so the volume can't be accidentally knocked, it will only be active when this page is active. If I were to close it, it does nothing. But when you open this page, you can feel the haptics as well. And when you try this, you'll find it's great. I tend to set the phone at maximum volume, which it currently is. It's at maximum volume. And then I will come back here and choose the actual show volume of being around about 80%. Around about 80%. That will give me a little bit of leeway should I need to bring it up. And I'm going to leave it a little bit lower for the moment just so that we can hear ourselves think. And here you've got also the features to advance in 15-second increments. You obviously have the 30-second increments on the device itself. This is probably useful for when you're in a rehearsal. But also here we can stop the show again, and we could go across at any point to any part of the show. If I wanted to hit the play on, we've got a demo play on here. And if I were to hit the play button, it will of course advance the show. It's also of course showing here the information of the track that's running and also the track that's up next. So that's great. And I can hear play whatever is coming. That is actually a camera demo, so let's bring a playing card in here so you can see that is live. But obviously that has gone for the moment. So that is the basic overview of what happens on the Watch app itself. Now, we don't recommend you using the Watch app to actually control the show. Of course you can if you so desire, but it's far better to control it with the Flick or our recommended Audio Ape or Media Monkey that we always highly recommend those. Great products. And of course the Flick buttons, which are extraordinary, and you can pair up to 8 of those. So you should be using the Flicks and things to control the show. This is more if you have a problem mid-show. If at any point in the show something is going terribly wrong, let's put a patter background up here, then at any point I could raise my watch, I could stop the entire show, I could take a moment and I could choose where I wanted to begin the show from again without having to approach the device if it's off stage. So that gives you a tremendous amount of confidence that at any point in your show you could change things, should you have to. Also, working with professional sound men, I never need to change the volume, except maybe 5% of the time. So it's great to know that I've got that little bit of leeway here, that should something be playing, let me just stop our show, should something be playing and I want to choose something else, so let's go here to a logo and music, and it's just a little loud, and I can't hear myself talking, I can just bring that down a little bit. And all the way up to 100%. You just need to give it a moment to react as well. If I do this fast, you'll see it will take a split second before it actually actions. Watch. See, it just takes a moment before the fade actually takes. So just use that point gently. Let's stop the show and talk about the settings for the watch. It's important to have the settings for the watch so it will stay on as long as possible. So let's go into the Apple Watch settings. Now here we're going to leave this turned on for the moment. The displays and brightness, that's where you're going to want to go in your Apple Watch settings app. Here you'll see you want to choose the option Wake on Wrist Raise. Say that 3 times quickly. Wake on Wrist Raise. That wants to be toggled on. Wake on Crown Rotation. That wants to be toggled on also. The display wants to be always on. Under these show apps, you want to make sure that your iQ Pro is, of course, selected. So those things are also really, really important. Also here under the wake duration, on mine it is set to 70 seconds. That is the maximum that Apple will allow us to do it. But just a little tip here, I tend to leave my iQ Pro, I leave my apps in list view. And because my iQ Pro is in the center, should it be off, and I want to get back to it, I can easily come back to it at any point and it will connect with the device. So that is a little overview of how to use the Apple Watch with iQ Pro. And as you can see, we've got the iQ Pro running right now. I'm going to stop all of the show and let's bring that in again, bring in the opening of our show. Set our volume to maximum. and we're ready to begin.